This video is sponsored by the Final Cut King. For high quality and professional tutorials on popular software such as Premiere Pro CS6, Final Cut Pro 10, Cinema 4D and Motion, visit finalcutking.net. Hi everyone, it's Eric from ecotman12.blogspot.com and welcome to my first impressions video of the HTC One. Now, I literally have been using this phone for about half an hour to an hour, and I am incredibly impressed with my first impression so far. I haven't really ran into much sort of negatives, but let me just first tell you what I thought of my first impressions when I actually held the device. When I first held the device, I was like, feels so fantastic. The design of this is so premium, and there's a whole lot of detail down here. If you can see, just looking at the design, the sides of the design, it is incredibly thin. And the speakers, oh my god, these speakers perform fantastically. I mean, I don't think I've heard of any sort of mobile device or tablet device that sounds this good. I mean, wow, I was watching the Wolverine trailer as a tester, and I can't show you that due to copyright reasons, but it just sounded absolutely amazing on this mobile phone. I was like really impressed. I was like shocked. Am I actually listening to this on a mobile phone? I'm really impressed. As you can see, I've done some customizing so far, not much really. As you see, if I go through the screens, I just move the clock out of the way, which I'm actually just going to remove. Haven't done much customizing yet, but I've been really diving into the applications. As you can see, the battery widget here, so I've got 16% battery. And now that I'm actually close up to the screen, let's give you a look at the text. It is pin sharp, very clear. If anything, I'd say it's just a tad bit undersaturated. But that's just on certain things. You can only tell that I wish there's a bit more colour. That's only on certain things. For the most part, the saturation is fantastic. But it's just for, let's say when you're watching a few videos, you're like, I wish that was a bit more colourful. But apart from that, I am incredibly impressed. And just look at this. The viewing angles are great. Now on camera, due to my studio lights, you can sort of see that is the screen disappearing off axis a little bit. But indoors and outdoors, in real life, with the naked eye, you can just turn this in any direction and see the screen. Absolutely fantastic. I'm really impressed with that. And the feel in hand, it's very, very comfortable, and you get very, very used to it. And now one thing I'm going to say, I have used the 4 megapixel ultra pixel camera on the back, and it's family photos, so I can't show you, but I'll show you photos in my full review. But I'm not too impressed so far. I haven't done any photos outside, but I've done photos inside with and without the flash, and they're not very impressive so far. That's one of the downsides, especially considering that this is a full price phone you're paying for. I would expect the camera to not be an experiment with the 4 megapixel ultra pixel. It should be like, I don't know, like an 8 megapixel minimum right now. So, very impressed with that. If I just go into stuff like the settings, you can see how that just popped up so quickly. And to multitasking, you double tap the home button in order to get access to multitasking. I did that off camera. Look, double tap the home button. There, now you got multitasking, and it shows it to you in like 9 applications at once in a sort of 3x3 grid, and you can swipe up to exit out of the applications. Not as nice, I'd say, as the version you got on stock Android or say the Galaxy S, but still really great. And you can see just when I'm swiping between these screens, very, very smooth. And even, let's quickly give you a quick look at web browsing here. I've heard people actually say that web browsing on this mobile phone is actually, well, not web browsing, I've actually heard people say that this phone, or some people say, that this phone is like not an iPhone killer. Well, I've only been using it for about an hour so far, so I can't pass my judgment on that. But from what I've seen so far, this so far is like way better than the iPhone. But again, I'm not going to say that yet, but you can see the reflow. This is the fastest HTC phone to reflow the text this quick. Let go. Look, I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to let go. See that? It's so quick. So, really impressed with that. Web browsing is great. I really can't fault it. Look at this. Do you see how fast it just changes? All other Android phones have like a 1 second sort of like delay before it actually changes orientation. This is like just doing it so quickly. Battery's running low. But as you can see, do you just see that? How quick it's doing it? And one thing I'm going to do is very quickly, before I close this video off, I'm going to have to charge this phone later. Looks like it's reduced the brightness. Let's turn power save off. Let me just, okay, no, I'm not going to type that down. Let me just go into my channel. And let's go into my uploads. And let's just tap on this latest video. Do you hear that? This is on maximum volume. Just the sound of my intro just seems so much like louder. And here, listen to this. This video is sponsored by the Final Cut King. For high quality and professional tutorials on popular software such as Premiere Pro CS6, Final Cut Pro 10, Cinema 4D and... Okay, I'm getting a bit of a bad internet connection around here, but... Visit Final... you can hear the sound of that. It is so loud. I'm really impressed by that. I can't believe I'm getting this kind of sound quality off of speakers from a mobile phone. This sets the bar in terms of speakers. I always thought speakers should have been stereo on mobile phones, and it's like, I don't even, normally I always have the habit of putting my, if a speaker, say, is like located around over here, I always have the habit of doing this so the sound comes closer to my face. But I'm not doing it with this. I just hold it any position I want to, and the speakers are like just pointing towards me, and they can't have positioned the speakers any better than this. So absolutely fantastic, and I can tell I'm really excited. But like I said, I'm a media buff. I really do love my media on mobile phones and these tablet devices and stuff. And this, so by far, as of now, is the best experience I've experienced of using this as a media device. Really, it's fantastic. Apex Launcher, I just installed this out of curiosity. I always install this, as you can see, very quick. I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back, and as you can see, these are very smooth as well. It feels like I'm sort of having the smoothness of a Nexus 4 on here. Really, I am. It's incredibly smooth and very tactile, and it's just so responsive. I'm really impressed by that, as you can see. Very responsive. If I do it slowly, if I do it fast, it still keeps up. So, go back to the home screen. I'm extremely impressed with this a lot. Now, one thing I'm just going to say is that I have noticed that heat-wise, this does seem to be generating a little bit of heat. I've noticed that as I've taken it out of the box and started using it, at the back it's a bit hot. Well, not hot, but it's a bit warm. So hopefully that will calm down. I'm gonna give this a charge, and when it's done charging, I'm gonna use it again. But hopefully that will calm down. But as of right now, it is a little bit hot, and I do wish there still was a dedicated multitasking button. Now, anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm going to end it right now, but that's just some quick first impressions for you. The build quality, great. The screen, great. The speakers, phenomenal. And the cameras, under par. I haven't tried the front-facing one yet, but I'm still going to give it more of a testing, especially outdoors, so don't take that on spec just yet. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. This has been Eric from ecartman12.blogspot.com. A big thanks must go over to Vodafone for sending me this handset over to review. And stay tuned for future coverage of the HTC One and, of course, a full review. And I'll see all of you in the next video.